In the last video, we have discussed about the three rules for image formation in the case of lenses and converging and diverging lens. Today, let us discuss about image formation in lenses. Image formation in lenses. So let us first discuss about the convex lens. In the case of convex lens, we are having 6 cases and we are having 2 cases in the case of concave lens. So let us first discuss about convex lens. In the convex lens, our first case is same what we have already done to show that convex lens is a converging lens. So here our object is at infinity. Our object is at infinity, and from the infinity a parallel beam of light is coming. From the infinity a parallel beam of light is coming. So all these rays are incident rays. Let us put an arrow like this. These are incident rays which are coming from the infinity. So all these are parallel to the principal axis, and according to our first rule, they will pass through the focus after refraction. So these are incident rays. So after refraction, they will pass through the focus. So this is our first incident ray and it will pass through the focus like this. This is our second incident ray and it will pass through the focus like this. And this is our next incident ray and this will also pass through the focus like this. Same way, this incident ray will also pass through the focus according to our first rule. When the incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, these are incident rays, they will pass through the focus. And we have to put arrow like this. This is refracted ray, this is refracted ray, this is refracted ray. So when our object is at infinity, then our image formation is at focus, principal focus. And the nature of the image is, it is point size, it is highly diminished, and it is inverted and real. It is real, inverted, highly diminished and point size image. And this is also an example to show how a convex lens is a converging lens. So this is all about the first case. Our second case is when our object is beyond 2f1. This is again our convex lens. This is optical center. This is principal focus 1, principal focus 2, center of curvature 1, that is 2f1, center of curvature 2, that is 2f2. And our object is beyond 2f1. So this is our object and an incident ray parallel to the principal axis. This is an incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis. So according to our first rule, refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. When an incident ray from the object comes parallel to the principal axis, then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. So let us draw this refracted ray which will pass through the principal focus. This is our refracted ray when an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis. So let us put arrow like this. Here the arrow should be in this direction for the incident ray. Now the next case is when an incident ray passes through the optical center. So when the incident ray passes through the optical center, it will go as it is. It will not show any refraction. It will go as it is. It will pass as it is. So let us draw this. when an incident ray passes through the principal focus, then when an incident ray passes through the optical center of the lens, then it will go as it is without any refraction. So arrow should be in this direction only. And the place where these two rays are meeting, this is the place where these two rays are meeting, and this is our image formation. This is A dash and B dash. This is our image formation. So the property of the image is when the object is beyond 2f1, then the image formation is between f2 and 2f2. Image formation is between f2 and 2f2, and the image is diminished, real, inverted. So when the object is beyond 2f1, image formation is between f2 and 2f2. Image is diminished, it is smaller in size, it is diminished, and it is real and inverted. So this is all about the second case. In the third case, when our object is at 2f1. So this is our convex lens, this is optical center, this is principal focus 1, principal focus 2, 2f1, and this is 2f2. And our object is at 2f1, that is C1. This is our object AB. This is our object AB. So A or B. When an incident ray, this is our incident ray. So according to the first rule, when an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, this is principal axis. When an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. Refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. Okay, so this is the first case. And the second case is when an incident ray passes through the optical center, then it will go as it is without any refraction. So let us draw this second case. This is the incident ray passing through the principal focus. Incident ray passing through the principal focus. So this is the incident ray passing through the optical center of the convex lens. It will pass as it is without any refraction. An arrow should be here only. This is not showing any refraction. So these two rays are meeting here. These two rays are meeting here, and this is our image formation. This place is our image formation, and it is at 2f1. If we take proper measurements, it will be exactly at the place. So this is our image formation A dash and B dash. This is at 2f1. When the object is at 2f1, image formation is at 2f2. And the property of the image is it is of same size as that of the object. It is of same size as that of the object. It is real, inverted. So when the object is at 2f1, then the image formed is at 2f2. It is real, inverted, and it is of the same size as that of the object. So this is the third case. Fourth case is when our object is between f1 and 2f1. In our fourth case, our object is between f1 and 2f1. So this is again our convex lens, and this is principal focus 1, principal focus 2. Here we have to draw. This is principal focus 2. This is 2f1. This is 2f2, and our object is here AB. This is between f1 and 2f1. Our object is between f1 and 2f1. So according to the first case, when an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis. This is principal axis. This is the incident ray. It comes parallel to the principal axis. Then the refracted ray will pass through the focus. So let us draw this. This is our refracted ray. It will pass through the focus. And let us put an arrow. Arrow of this should be in this direction. This is incident ray and this is refracted ray. So this is the first case. Second case we can use is when an incident ray passes through the optical center of the convex lens. Then it will go as it is without any refraction. It will pass as it is without showing any refraction. So this is our second case when an incident ray passes through the principal focus. When the incident ray passes through the optical center. So these two rays are not meeting, so we have to extend these two lines, and by extending these two lines, when we extend these two lines, they are meeting somewhere here. So they are meeting here. So this is our point where the image formation will take place. So here the image formation for this case will take place, and this is A dash and B dash. This is A dash and B dash. So look at the image. When our object is between F1 and 2F1, then image is formed beyond 2F2. Then our image is formed beyond 2F2, that is A dash and B dash. And it is enlarged as compared to the object size. It is enlarged. So the property of our image is enlarged, real and inverted. This is inverted below the principal axis. So this is real, inverted, and this is enlarged, and it is formed beyond 2F. The fifth case where the object is at F1, where our object is at focus, principal focus. So again convex lens, this is principal focus 1, principal focus 2, 2F1, that is center of curvature first and center of curvature second. Optical center is here. This is MN, aperture. Our object is at F1, that is principal focus 1. This is our object, A and B. And according to the first rule, when an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, this is the object, this is the incident ray. When the incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. So let us draw the refracted ray. Refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. So this is our refracted ray which will pass through the principal focus after refraction. Let us put an arrow here. So this is the incident ray, an arrow is here, and this is our refracted ray, arrow is in this direction. Second rule is when the incident ray passes through the optical center of the convex lens, then it will go as it is without any refraction. So let us draw this also. Second ray is like this when our refracted ray passes through the optical center of the lens. So here when we extend, let us put arrow here. When we extend this ray, they are not going to meet anywhere. So when we keep on extending these two rays, they will not meet because they are going parallel. Same way when we extend on the back side of the mirror, back side of the lens, here also they are not going to meet. So it means our image formation will be at infinity. So when the object is at f1 at the principal focus, then our image formation is at infinity. So the image will be enlarged, real and inverted, and it will be at infinity. It is just opposite of the case where it is just opposite of the first case when our object is at infinity and then the image formation will be at focus. And this is opposite of that case. Here the object is at focus and our image formation is at infinity. So this is all about our fifth case. In the sixth case, when our object is between F and optical center O. When our object is between principal focus and optical center O. So here is the optical center. This is a convex lens. This is principal focus 1, principal focus 2, center of curvature 1, center of curvature 2. Our object is AB, which is between principal focus and optical center. So this is object, and the first rule is same when an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis. So let us put an arrow like this. So this incident ray will pass through the principal focus. Incident ray will pass through the principal focus. So our incident ray, after refraction, it will pass through the principal focus. After refraction, it will pass through the principal focus, and we can extend this further like this. And let us put an arrow here because this is refracted ray. Another case is same when an incident ray passes through the optical center of the convex lens. So when the incident ray passes through the optical center of the convex lens, then it will go as it is without any refraction. So let us draw this also. When an incident ray passes through the optical center, then it will pass as it is without showing any refraction. So these two rays are not meeting here. Let us put an arrow here also. These two rays are not meeting. If we keep on extending these two rays, they are going far apart. They are not going to meet anywhere. They are going far apart. So instead of extending these two rays in this direction, let us try in this direction, whether they are meeting in this direction or not. So when we extend these two rays in this direction, let us check what happens. We can extend these two rays in this direction and extend this ray also. We don't have to use straight line. We have to use dotted line here. We have to use dotted line in this direction. Same way here, we can extend this and let us check whether these two rays are meeting somewhere or not. At the back side or at the front where they are meeting. Same way here also, we have to use dotted lines. So these two rays are not meeting in this direction, but they are meeting in this direction. When we extend these rays in this direction, they are meeting. So here will be our image formation. This is our image formation where these two rays are meeting. This is A dash and B dash. This is A dash and B dash, and let us put an arrow. So here, when the object is between F and O, when our object is between the principal focus and optical center, then the image formation is erect. In rest of the cases, when our object are at different places, in rest of the cases we have seen that our image is inverted and real. But this image is virtual because we have extended these lines. They are not meeting as it is. We have extended these lines of direction. So this image formed is virtual and erect. This is virtual. This is not a real image. This cannot be obtained on a screen. So this is a virtual image, but this is erect image. And it is enlarged. This is the size of the object, but our image is enlarged as compared to the size of the object. So beta, this is the very case of convex mirror because this is a different one. In rest of the cases, image formed is real and inverted, but in this case, image formed is virtual and erect. So this is all about the sixth case of convex lens. So we have completed all the 6 cases of convex lens. Now let us start concave lens. In the case of concave lens, we are having only 2 cases where the first case is which we have already done to show how a concave lens is called a diverging lens. So let us revise this. Let us do it again. So here the source is at infinity. Here our source is at infinity and a parallel beam of light is coming from the infinity. So this is a parallel incident ray. This is also a parallel incident ray. As we know that in the case of concave lens as well as in concave mirror, our focus is on this side. It is on the left side. So when the parallel beam of light comes, incident ray, then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. But as it is on this side, we have to use dotted lines here. So this is the refracted ray and we have to use dotted line on this side. It will pass through the principal focus like this. It will pass through the principal focus and we can extend this line on this side. We can extend this line on this side. This is the incident ray. After passing through the focus, this is our refracted ray. So we have to put arrow here. Same way, this is again an incident ray. So after refraction, it will pass through the focus. We have to use dotted line on this side. And we can extend this on this side. And let us put an arrow. So when our object is at infinity, then the image formed is at focus, but it is highly diminished, it is virtual, erect, and it is highly diminished. And these refracted rays, they appear to diffract from a point which is a principal focus of a concave lens. So the image formed is highly diminished, virtual, and erect. In the second case of concave lens, our object is between infinity and optical center. Infinity and optical center. So this is our optical center. Our object can be at any place between infinity and optical center. In this particular case, we have considered our object here between F1 and 2F1. So this is our object A and B. This is our object, this is our optical center. So first rule is same, where an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. So this is our incident ray. Let us put an arrow like this. This is incident ray. When it comes parallel to the principal axis, the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus, and as it is on this side, in the case of concave lens, we have to draw dotted lines here. We have to draw dotted lines as it is on left side of the lens. So the refracted ray is passing through the principal focus, and we have to extend this refracted ray on this side also. And let us put an arrow like this. This is our incident ray and this is our refracted ray. This is the first rule. According to the second rule, our incident ray will pass through the optical center and then it will go as it is without showing any refraction. So let us draw that also. So this is, let us put an arrow like this. So this is the second rule. When an incident ray passes through the optical center, then the refracted ray, or it will not refract, it will go as it is. It will not show any refraction. So these two rays are meeting here. These two rays are meeting here, and this is the point where our image will be formed. So let us join this with the principal axis. This is the image A dash and B dash. This is the image A dash and B dash. But this image is smaller than the size of the object. So the properties of the image is, it is diminished as compared to the object size. It is virtual as it is formed on the left side. It is virtual, erect, and it is diminished. So this is the second case of concave lens, where the image, when the object is between infinity and optical center, then our image formation is between the focus and optical center. Then the image formation is between our principal focus and optical center, and it is diminished, it is virtual. So these are the two cases of concave lens. We have done 6 cases in convex lens and 2 cases in concave lens. This is all about our image formation in the case of lenses. In the next video, we will be considering lens formula, sign convention, magnification and power of the lens. If you are having any queries about these image formation or any other queries about this chapter, you can post this in our comment box. So this is all about this video. Thank you.